Disclaimer. This video is not about middle school at all. I know I mentioned stuff about middle school, but it's not. That's gonna be for another video. And also, I just want to clarify, everybody and all the names in this video, not real at all. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. No, I'm not using real names. No legal names. I think I speak for everybody when I say we've all had bad middle school interactions. Right? I'm not the only one who's lived in sheer purgatory. No? Just me? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna explain my backstory now. You know, as a middle school student, I wasn't always the brightest. Maybe not the, perfectest, but, not the brightest, I can tell you that. Definitely not the fucking brightest. Oh my god. Middle school was terrible. You know, as a snot-filled child growing up, as an average elementary school student, I was always scared of the fact. I mean, who wouldn't be scared of literally going up the extra level, you know? Middle school. It's a big thing for elementary students, you know? I don't know about you, but, I was a very bad kid. A terrible one at best. I used to have this, habit of, playing mind games and trying to get what I want as a kid because I was just that immature. And let's be honest, we all know kids aren't fucking innocent. I hate those little shits. Fuck them little kids, bro. Fuck them. If I had money for each time I've had a malevolence interaction. No, not even malevolence alone explains the dread I feel for these immature, useless meat sacks that walk around the same earth I walk around every day. Motherfucker, I'd be rich. Richer than, probably the richest man right now. Who's the richest man? Says here, Elon Musk. Hey, isn't that same loser who changed Twitter to X? Fuck him. Anyway, back to the mind games. So, I've always been a mass manipulator as a child. Not up until now. I did have an ego death. I mean, who hasn't as an elementary school student? And let's be honest. As clueless as I was and as I looked, I had a very evil mindset. And thus, creating, well, you know, I don't mean to brag, but I used to be a villain in elementary school. I used to tell kids that Santa wasn't real. Yeah, those fairy tales. Yeah, I'm too mature for them. Oh, he's so evil. Seriously though, I feel like I was such a fucked up kid. I mean, I was out here dropping hard truths. Don't mess with your boy. Holy shit. I was dropping the dark truths. Holy shit, dark humor and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if I knew it all in the... I knew everything in the book, you know? Secretly, I was just trying to act innocent and get into people's skin, you know? A little parasite feeding off everything. I think a lot of that stemmed from my traumatic childhood trauma, which I will probably explain in another video when I get comfortable on this channel. So I also remember a kid. His name is Lyle. I knew him up until elementary, then met him back in high school recently. And let me tell you, it's pretty interesting what time does to a person, you know? Man, did he look different, you know? He kind of reminded me of one of those wannabe YNs, you know? But hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to tell. But maybe judge on some points, you know? It gets to a point. Oh, and also just to mention, YouTube, don't demonetize me. These are not actual people. Like, I don't actually put their names inside my videos. I just want to clarify that. I'm not putting any real names in this video. Lyle is just a name I made up in my head. Do not worry. Yep. Oh yeah. So I had connections inside elementary school, you know? I knew a lot of kids. A lot of weird kids, just like me, you know? Dark humor and everything, you know? But, you know, sometimes I'd casually switch here and there between groups, you know. Sometimes I get tired of the too innocent, little, oh, sunshine and rainbow, oh, perfect innocent, oh man, oh, it's daisies and rainbows, oh man. Ignore the kids who play with fire, because if you hang out with those kids, oh boy, you might become you might become a thug. Keep 'em guessing, my mother always told me. You know? You never want them to fully see your disguise. I remember being a part of a very evil group inside Elementary, you know? We had a lot of categories. Sure, we had the kids who were too shy for comfort. Other times we had the all-time all-star crash outs. I remember this one kid. His name was we'll call him Zibble, because why the fuck not? I mean, this is my story. I could do whatever I want. Zibble was always a little shit, as long as I can remember. I mean, he didn't listen to the rules at all. He was one of those kids, you know. I remember he wouldn't let any teacher tell him what to do, you know. You know, sometimes a lot of people wanted to be just like him. I was unfortunately one of those kids. I mean, I feel like any time a kid would just, like, stand up against a, like, adult in a very, I don't know, immature way, made a lot of kids want that. You know what I mean? I mean, am I wrong? Who doesn't want to be a little shit here now and then? You know what I mean? Probably the good kids. I was not, unfortunately, one of those good kids. For some reason, Dibble always had this one habit where he'd start ripping shit, you know? And not just casual shit, just literally fucking ripping shit with his bare hands, you know? He was one of those students who hung out in the offices a lot, you know? Almost never in class, always getting in trouble. That's special education. But not too special. I don't mean to be the arbiter of obviousness, but Zibble did not give a flying fuck. I remember frantically having this memory of this one teacher giving him the discipline stare. You know, that little discipline stare when they know they're doing something wrong, and the teacher just has to give him that you know, one of them stares. They were you know, instead of being cowardly and being scared of the stare like most students would usually be, Zibble was not scared at all. He did not give a fuck, you know? And, you know, you can see where the stance and influence Zibble brings to the whole entire class. You know what I mean? I mean, in my eyes, I mean, I guess that was a little cool. You know what I mean? Oh, shit, dude. You see Zibble over there? Yeah. Oh my god, I want to be just like him one day. You know? I want to be a little shit too. Hey, it's fun. Don't blame me. Blame the people who create these little shits. I don't know. That's what I imagine my mindset was like as a kid in elementary school. I always wanted to be a part of the bad cool kids club or some shit. I don't know. I guess I was fucking Tommy Tough Knuckles. I'm pretty sure anyone barely noticed me doing evil things, you know? I wasn't that much of a big popular kid. Well, maybe. I do remember being obnoxiously annoying. Besides the point, Zibble did not like the stare, you know? So he continued and stared off, and before you knew it, the whole entire class witnessed a teacher and a child having a staring contest. And oh boy, was the tension pretty rough, you know? It was pretty interesting seeing them battle it off and eyeballing each other, you know? It was a pretty disrespectful stare, if I do say so myself. Man, I really thought he was gonna, like, throw a chair or something. I'm pretty sure there was, like, a rumor that he did do that once, but he was put in, like, some sort of, like, rehabilitation thing. And then after those couple minutes of staring, I guess they broke the tension, and Zibble started doing what he always did best, you know? ripping shit and tearing it to pieces. And, yeah, so that's what he did, you know? He got very angry at the teacher, and, he just started crashing out. Everybody, I remember we were sitting crisscross applesauce at the rug. We were sitting down. We had one of those colorful rugs. I don't know if you guys remember that in not middle school. Did I mention middle school? Fuck. Elementary school, we used to have these colorful rugs, and they used to be colorful, and I always remember always sitting on red or blue, because those were my two favorite colors growing up as a kid. And you already know that, red and blue was the shit, you know? So, obviously I sat at red, you know, because why not? And, red was always the red fucking rug pathway, or whatever the fuck. It was always separated, like, in the back. So if you were sitting on the red rug, you'd just be in the back witnessing shit, and you'd also be safe from, potentially being asked questions. I remember not wanting to participate in anything, so I'd just sit in the fucking back like a loser, I guess. I don't know. It really didn't help, you know? I got called out all the time, and the teacher mainly had this one, like, thing. She did this one thing where she just chased after the people who were, actually just trying not to participate, and you can get how that works, you know? Anyway, back to Zibble. Zibble, he started ripping everything, and he started ripping fucking math books and shit, you know? He just started ripping that shit, and everybody just started staring, and it was just crazy, you know? Because he was just having, like, a mental breakdown, you know, as a kid. He was having a temper tantrum, you know? He wanted to get what he wanted, and he didn't want to get it any other way, you know? So, after he's done ripping all these books, the teacher's like, "Oh, you done now? You done being immature, you little shit? You fucking done?" And then that just triggers him more, so he just starts ripping more math books, you know? I don't think it's helping, so then obviously they gotta call his fucking parents. A couple minutes later, the fucking problem becomes worse. It becomes way worse, and his parents come in, and they have to, pay for all the expensive shit he broke, you know? And, I'm pretty sure that's the last day I've ever saw Zibble actually come to class. And I frantically remember people telling me as a kid that well, I mean, everybody was spreading rumors around. I mean, we were fucking immature little kids, so you'd only expect as much. And they'd be passing around notes saying, "Oh, guys, did you hear about what's happened with Zibble and shit? Oh my god, that shit's crazy. Drama. Oh shit." Yeah, Zibble, I think he got suspended or something like that. Or he was just put in, like, some special program or something like that. I feel like he's probably done way worse, because, I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say I heard rumors about him throwing a chair at a teacher. There's a lot of kids that like throwing chairs at teachers, you know? There's a good amount of them. Why do they like doing that, you know? You know what, I really want to get what, like, kids have going on through their mind, you know what I mean? Because, like, how does that just happen? Anyway, I also knew this other kid, let's name him Ashley. Ashley, she used to be one of those, she used to be known as the weird kid, and also the Tommy Tough Knuckle kid, I guess. I don't fucking know. She always used to be one of those kids, you know? And, she had no friends, so I thought one day, why don't I just become friends with Ashley? She seems cool. Another thing we both had in common is that we both had, curly hair, and I guess that was pretty cool. A pet peeve I had about Ashley, though, is the fact that, as a kid, she used to do this thing where she got, like, pieces of cheese, and for from, like, the cafeteria, and she'd, like, roll them into fucking little balls. And I don't know what it was that day, but I kind of wasn't feeling that, you know? I don't know. I don't think I like that, you know? I guess I had some sort of I do remember frantically having a phobia of hand palms. I don't know what that's called. But it involves something with sweaty palms, and I always used to have very sweaty palms as a kid. Always very sensitive. I always used to have sensitive palms. I always used to have a lot of sensitive palms, and anything I touch would I don't know, my body would just regurgitate against it, you know? So I'd stop myself from touching anything, you know? It got to the point where I actually started, like, try to, like, rip up my fucking, some of my palm skin. I don't know what the fuck you call it. I started trying to rip off the skin on my palm, you know? Probably a bad idea. But yeah, that's my pet peeve I had with Ashley. I don't remember having a lot of memories with Ashley. I remember Ashley crashing out a lot in math class a lot. I mean, who wouldn't? I don't fucking blame Ashley. I mean, who the fuck wants to do math? Especially as a fucking elementary school kid. Jesus fucking Christ, good riddance. Oh my god. I remember being so fucking stubbed on fucking math one time. Oh my goodness, I started fucking bursting out crying like, I don't want to do this shit. I was so fucking upset. And, a lot of people started laughing at me, and that's where the rumors started really spreading. I'll probably explain that in another video. It's probably like I did list that down in my list of videos. I do write down my video ideas, and it'll probably be titled "The Downfall of the Downfall of I don't know, Daniel." I guess. I don't know what to fucking call it. Whatever. Okay. Back to Ashley. Ashley always used to crash out a lot, you know? It wasn't always just math class. She was one of those kids. She was just like Zibble, but I guess, I don't know, maybe more weirder. We were really weird as kids. I remember we always used to talk about, like, random shit and stuff like that. I don't know what we used to talk about, but it was very random and weird. And I frantically remember us talking about worms and eating them and shit. Straight out of fucking Clarence. Straight out of fucking Clarence. I don't know why we were always talking about worms, but I guess we were, you know? I remember going back to class one day, and it'd be, like, almost the end of the day, and Ashley would hit these temper tantrums from here and there, and she'd just, like, crash out fully, you know? I'm pretty sure she was, like, bipolar or something. I don't know. Something was up with Ashley. I'm pretty sure something was up with me, too. But, yeah. She'd do this thing where she'd, act like she was conquering the whole entire classroom, and she'd get up on, like, a table, and the teacher would frantically ask her to get down from the fucking table. No, Ashley didn't give a fuck. I mean, let's be honest, she was one of those kids, you know? Everybody saw her. I kind of wanted to be just like her, too. I mean, who wouldn't, you know? She started crawling under desks and started acting like a dog and started barking at, half of the students that were in line ready to, like, you know, go about our day, I remember, having at the end of the day recess, and that'd be fun. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Ashley was just crashing out. She was barking at people. And yeah, I'm not exaggerating about this. Ashley was fucking barking at people. She was fucking barking at people. And you know what? I guess, when she's really angry and upset, she sometimes does that. Hey, I don't blame her, man. School can be overstimulating. Despite Ashley having weird habits, and me having weird habits too, and me being a mass manipulator, and I'm gonna get to that mass manipulator part, don't worry. I don't know, I felt like me and Ashley were pretty cool, as both, like, the weird kids, you know? we avoided most of the, like, all the elementary kids, like the ones that were too innocent for us to be around. We just exclude ourselves from them, you know? Cuz I guess we were just, weird. And that's okay. It's okay to be weird in my book, you know? And if you weren't weird as an elementary kid, you weren't an elementary kid at all. In my opinion, you weren't. You were a loser to me. And, I guess you still remain a loser, you know? So, yeah. This also reminds me of that one time I got so fucking scared out of my mind being put on, like, the bus for the first fucking time, and being so fucking lost. And it got, so crazy to the point where, my mom had a look for me. The teacher and my mom had a fucking look for me. I remember this one teacher. She was one of my favorite teachers. She kind of looked like a dyke, and I think that's why I liked her. She was a pretty cool teacher for that, I guess, you know? And, I guess sometimes you just gotta look like a dyke. And in my book, that's awesome too. What are we gonna call this teacher? Let's call her Miss B. Shockingly enough, that was actually her nickname in elementary school, and I'm pretty sure that should be fine. Miss B was one of those teachers, highly, educated and, like, highly, like, frequent with, like, math, you know? She was one of those math teachers. She was an everything teacher, but she was mostly a math teacher. And I remember hating that about her. That's another pet peeve I have about that specific person. They always loved math a little too much. And you know what? As a kid, it made me very upset. That compared with, my childhood trauma, I guess made me cry, you know? I do remember frantically crying, trying to do math one day, you know? I don't know what it was. I guess I was very upset that day. Anyway, back to me being, potentially, lost as a kid. I one day thought it was a good idea to be just like the bus kids. And, those of you who don't know, what that means, if you were a bus kid in elementary school, you'd be known as the most coolest kid. I don't know what was so cool about it, but goddamn, it was cool as fuck. And I wanted to be just like those kids, you know? I wanted to follow the crowd, you know? I was a follower, okay? I will admit, you know? I wanted to be, who wasn't, okay? We all gotta be a follower at some point in our lives. You know what I mean? So as a kid, I wanted to, fake having a bus pass or something, you know? And, I thought it was so cool. I knew this other kid. His name was, let's call him Simon. Dude, Simon, he had a bus pass, and oh my god, he was one of the kind of popular kids, kind of not popular kid. He was kind of one of those weird kids, too. There was a lot of weird kids around in elementary school. I'm pretty sure every kid was weird. But anyway, me and Simon, would chat it up, you know. At the end of the day, I'd always see Simon. I'd sit with him in the back of the class. He'd be on his Chromebook, playing, probably cool math games. Ooh, you can't go wrong with those cool math games. Fuck yeah. I remember Simon, ranting, and bragging about his bus pass, and I was like, holy shit. Dude, Simon, you have a bus pass? I didn't know you had a fucking bus pass, dude. Holy shit, dude. What? That's fucking crazy. I might make you my best friend, just because of that, you know? I felt like I wanted, to be just like Simon, so you know what? I decided one day, I'm gonna go to class, and I'm gonna fake having a bus stop, and then I'm gonna experience having a fake bus pass and, failing, you know? Because, let's be honest, this was never gonna, become some good output, you know? Obviously, it ended at a very bad note. So, I remember, being scared as fuck, you know? faking a bus pass for the fucking first time, and it was stupid. I don't know what the fuck. It was the most stupidest thing. Why the fuck would I fake that? You know, like especially just to be just like someone else. You know, personally, I mean, speaking from older me's perspective, you know, the me right now, present me, the best me. I feel like little me shouldn't follow the crowd so much, you know? I'm pretty sure that's probably the bane of my drama I've gotten into back in middle school, you know? But we'll talk about that in another video. So the day came and I was very excited, you know? And I was very scared at the same time. Mostly scared, but very excited. I had a bus pass and I wanted to fake the bus pass. So obviously, we were about to commence faking the fucking bus pass. So I remember, it'd be the end of the day. And I was just sitting in my little chair right next to Simon. And I was like, holy shit, Simon, I'm actually doing this, man. I'm actually gonna fake having a bus pass. By the way, I never told Simon this. I was lying straight to his face. I'm pretty sure I lied a lot as an elementary student. So, that and, I was just a very mass manipulator. I don't know what was wrong with me. Yeah. The time came, and the teacher kept on peer pressuring me about going. Because I kept on telling her, Miss, I got a bus pass now. I'm one of the cool kids. Oh yeah. I don't think she gave a fuck. But I guess, hey, I guess it seemed like she gave a fuck, you know, because she was hyping me up about it. Thank you, Miss B. I'll still remember you to this day, Miss B. You're so cool. You're so cool, man. Just know that. But anyway, she was peer pressuring me, you know, and I really got scared because she kept on reminding me, and I was like, oh my god, shit, I'm really about to do this. I'm really about to fake going on the bus, you know? And I was like, it was so stupid, because, like, where the fuck was I gonna go? That's so stupid. Why the fuck would you fake a bus pass? What the fuck? I was retarded. So, the time came, and I was peer pressured into doing it. I was like, oh, shit. Wait, I actually have to do this now. Okay. Well, let the purgatory commence, I guess. So I walk out of fucking class, and, I go walk into the cafeteria, because that's where everybody sits down and waits for the bus, you know. I remember seeing a lot of kids from, like, not, like, the south side, and I remember, like, literally being from the lower south side, so that was kind of weird to me. I saw a lot of kids from, I saw a lot of kids that weren't even from my fucking city, you know, have, like, a bus pass, you know, and that obviously makes sense, because if you're farther from, you know, the school itself, obviously you're gonna need a fucking bus. No, my dumbass thought it was a good idea to actually just fucking play around with shit, you know? Fuck around and find out, as they say, you know? And boy, did I really find out. So, the time came, and I was in the cafeteria, and I remember being so fucking scared out of my fucking mind. I mean, when I tell you I was shitting bricks, my heart was pounding. I was alone. I was sitting at the table, and I was so scared. I remember also, frantically begging my mom to put me on a bus pass, and she said, hey, it isn't necessary for you to have a bus pass. The house is close. The house is pretty close to the fucking school, Daniel. I don't think that's a good fucking idea, but Mom, please, I just wanna fuck you, Mom. Die. I wanted to have that integrity. I wanted to be cool. Okay. So, the time came, and, a lot of people were looking for me, you know? I was known as missing, and, that was bad, you know? Because I was waiting in the cafeteria, and I remember waiting, like, an hour, you know? I was waiting an hour, and I'm not exaggerating, by the way. I was just fucking sitting there, scared as fuck, not knowing what to do, or what did the fucking, like, I don't know. I was shitting bricks, okay? And then finally came the moment where Miss B and my mom came out of fucking nowhere. They walked in, they saw my ass sitting down. Holy shit. They were so confused. My mom was fucking crying because she thought somebody kidnapped me. I mean, that's pretty fucking reasonable. I mean, I was fucking stupid. I don't know. I was a fucking stupid kid. I don't know. There was something wrong with me. But, yeah, I guess that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Moral of the story is, I guess don't fuck around with bus passes if you don't really have an actual bus pass. Okay.
I think Earth is a pretty shitty place. I'd probably kill myself if I stayed in this place. Past 70 or 80 draws the line. My bloodline ends with me beside the smile. I think I'm just gonna take a hit or two. Forget about the earth and chase a wild goose. Hope the third hit could end my endless spiral. Earth!